Welcome to CarToq News of the Week. It's been a very exciting week for India because this week we had the launch of the new Maruti Dzire. It has become a little shorter in length, but it's still very desirable. The car is now available in 7 variants, 4 petrol and 3 diesel, including a petrol automatic. Here's a video review of the Dzire which we did last week.
It was just a matter of time before Maruti brought out an all-new Dzire based on the new Swift platform. And here's that very car, the compact Dzire.
Usually when we bring you a review of a car on CarToq.com, we usually start with the front of the car. But here we are starting with the behind because this is the new Swift Dzire. And the biggest change to the car is at the rear. If you look at the boot, it's become much smaller. And that means you lose a little bit of luggage space as well. It now has 316 liters of space compared to 460 liters earlier, but that is still adequate for a couple of bags in the boot, and there's adequate space over here. There are some more subtle styling changes to the new Dzire, which if you look at the rear, it's got new tail lamps over here. You've got a chrome strip which extends right across the boot lid, and a new bumper which has an integrated rear fog lamp. The other big change to the Dzire is that it's become much smaller. It's come under 4 meters to be precise, to benefit from the excise benefits that cars under 4 meters get. The length of the Dzire is now 3995 millimeters, which is 5 millimeters short of 4 meters. The earlier Dzire was 4160, so you can notice that you've lost some amount of boot space at the rear and it's become really tiny over here. The rest of the car has been taken from the new Swift.
The Dzire we were testing was the ZDI variant, powered by the tried and tested 1.3-litre multi-jet diesel engine that puts out 75 bhp of power and 190 Nm of torque. The car behaves almost identical to the Swift hatchback because it has the same curb weight as the Swift despite the changes to the rear. Seating comfort is also pretty good in the new Dzire.
The other thing you'll notice with the new Dzire is the interiors. This has been given two-tone interior, so you have a black and beige combination with a little bit of wood insert around over here, which kind of gives it the premium feel. And this is the top-end ZDI variant, so it comes with all the features that you would find even in the Swift ZDI variant, which includes power mirrors, tilt-adjustable steering, and automatic climate control. Now the Dzire has never been the best when it comes to rear seat space. But in this one, since it has a wheelbase which is identical to the Swift, you do have a little more legroom, 20 millimeters more to be precise, which is 2 centimeters. For an average sized person, that really doesn't make much of a difference, but taller people will still have a bit of an issue with legroom in this car. So that for you is the new compact Swift Dzire. And this is going to cater to young urban buyers with probably small families. Now because it is under 4 meters in length, we expect this car to be priced quite aggressively as well. So if you're looking for a car that is not really a hatchback and you want a sedan, you need 3 boxes, this is probably one of the good choices in this segment. For more news on the Dzire and how it compares to other cars, log on to CarToq.com. Now there was some other news this week, that of sales figures. Who sold the most number of cars and why are people like you buying the cars that you buy? Now Maruti had a very good run in January. They sold 32,000 plus Altos and over 18,000 units of the Swift. But one car manufacturer that didn't quite do well in January was Honda. Honda sold 0 Brio and 0 Jazz. Why? Because they couldn't produce any of them because of the floods in Thailand. They say that they will come back to normal production only in March, and let's hope they do so. And here are how some of the other manufacturers performed in terms of sales in January. Hatchback buyers continue to favor the Alto, which has seen a comeback after a modest end to last year. Year-end discounts from Maruti have led to healthy sales of the Alto. It looks like entry-level buyers see more value in the Alto than the Eon. The Eon doesn't look like it's meeting targets it set out to achieve. Yes, it did sell over 7,300 cars in January, but Hyundai was looking at selling over 11,000 a month. Also, Honda's run with the Brio has been unfortunate. It's got nothing to do with the car. the floods in Thailand have affected production so badly that none were produced in January. The same goes for the Jazz among premium hatchbacks. It's a great value for money car after the price correction in September. It's chalked up a 4-month waiting period, but unfortunately, Honda doesn't have any to sell. The Swift though is going from strength to strength, as Maruti has increased production to make sure you don't have to wait too long for it. Sales are up to 18,700 cars in January. Among entry sedans, year-end discounts on the Monza have pushed up numbers. Dzire sales slowed for two reasons. One, buyers held off purchases waiting for the new Dzire, and two, most of Maruti's capacity has been diverted to the Swift. Among mid-size sedans, one must commend Ford's sales of the new global Fiesta. After hefty discounts of nearly 1.5 lakhs on the Fiesta, sales have jumped up 100% to 1,400 cars in January, just behind the Honda City. Among MUVs and SUVs, the Toyota Innova has really taken off after the launch of the new Innova in January, with sales touching nearly 6,800 units. Revised pricing and new features have made the Innova even more of a favorite. The other favorite, the XUV 500, is selling all it can produce. And for other industry news and how it affects you the buyer, log on to CarToq.com. Now here's our handy tip of the week. I'm sure many of you have been faced with a dead car battery before. In this little video, we show you how to jumpstart your car if you're faced with a dead car battery.
Now, common problem a lot of car owners face is a dead battery. You walk up to your car, you press the remote and nothing. What do you do then? How do you start your car? Let me show you. You'll first have to manually enter the car using the key. Once inside, a handy accessory to have is a pair of jumper cables. Jumper cables are available for about ₹500 a pair, and they look like this. You get one red cable which is for the positive and one black for the negative, and they come with these crocodile clips which attach to your battery lead. Of course, the other thing that you'll need to jumpstart the car is a donor car with a healthy battery which can jumpstart your dead car's battery. First, line the car up with the dead car so that the fenders are very close to each other. Next, leave the engine running and open the hood of the donor car. Then open the hood of your car. Locate the battery, which is usually on the left-hand side of the car, and locate the positive and negative terminal. On the healthy car, first clip the red terminal to the positive terminal on the battery. Taking care not to touch any metal part on that car, take the other end of the crocodile clip and attach it to the terminal on the dead car, the positive terminal on the dead car. Next, clip the negative terminal or the black crocodile clip to the negative terminal of the healthy car's battery. Then attach the other end of the black negative terminal to a body bolt or a metal part on the dead car. You don't attach it to the negative terminal on the battery because at some times there can be a spark, and usually some batteries give off hydrogen gas which can get ignited. So attach it to any metal part that you find on the dead car. Did you see the spark? Ensure that the car is in neutral and that the healthy car is already running, the engine is already running. Then insert the ignition key and check if you've got power, and voila, we have power. Then crank the dead car and it should come to life. Leave the engine running on both the cars and start disconnecting the terminals in the reverse order, starting with the negative. So that's how you jumpstart a car, and once you've started it, leave it running for about 15 minutes and it should charge the battery and give you adequate starting power to start it again next time you want to start the car. But keep a pair of jumper cables handy in your car at all times. These are available for around 500 rupees at any auto accessory shop, and it's a good thing to keep in your car at all times.
So that about wraps up the top auto news for this week, and next week we'll bring you a full video review of the 2012 Linear. Keep following CarToq.com.